Welcome back, family, friends, and fellow gamers, to Game Bros playing Super Mario Galaxy. We're off to... Wait. It looks like a mole. It looks like a mole in the middle. I don't know, maybe not. It looks like a little nose. Melty Molten Galaxy. So I was telling my kind of work-related story, and I basically mentioned that sometimes we get orders or to-dos where we have just enough information to know we don't know enough to actually complete it. It's like, hey, we need, and like Jonathan's example, it's like, we need a graphic. Or it's like, okay, well, what is it? What's it for? You know, like, tell me something. Is it for, Easter Sunday? If that's all you give me, you just say Easter Sunday, then I'll just make something up, or at least give you a concept of, here's several things I came up with. And sometimes in that context, that's all they want. Then it's like, hey, I like that. Go with this idea. That was hot. But what I was going to say is that happens too often where I work, and there's times when it's like, I guess if that happened where it's like, oh yeah, here we need this graphic, but they gave you nothing else, and you had 99 other things to do, would you spend your time trying to come up with ideas for the graphic if you had 99 other things to do? And here's a better way to say it. I mean,
honestly, okay, so if Pastor was like, I need a graphic, I'm like, okay, but they didn't give me any more information, I would not start working on it until I had more, because there's nothing to go off of.
Yeah,
I would be working on other stuff until I was able to get more information from him.
But I guess here's the thing that's kind of happened in this particular situation. So say, Pastor needs a graphic. He tells someone else all the details for the graphic, but they don't tell you because they weren't told to tell you, and there's no reason they should tell you. They were just told, hey, yeah, here's some things we need to discuss. And they talk with them, like, yeah, it's a good idea. We should do that. That's all they said. And then the pastor comes there and is like, yeah, we need a graphic.
Major communication /
exactly.
Like massive, management problem.
Massive. But all that to say, this happened. We're sitting at a meeting, and then we're getting like all this stuff. It's like, yeah, we've talked about this, and we had this discussion, and I'm like, all of this is new information. Everything you're saying is new information. Why is none of that in the backup? Why did y'all not come over here when the order came in and said, hey, here's what we've talked about? Like, it just... Anyway, So it's like every time we have that situation, we have to be the person that walks over, sits down with the person, and says, okay, what did y'all actually sell them? Because we have nothing over here. Anyway, but so that wasn't even really what I was kind of trying to talk about. One of the things I wanted to say, there's a particular guy at work who's really good at what he does in the technical like aspect of things. But there's definitely times where I feel like, I don't know if I want to say he does this purposely, or if he's like, because there's nothing really wrong with this, but like, say you're trying to get across a complicated or a semi-complicated situation. That was not where I wanted to go. That works. Like somewhat similar, like, so that they're giving you a scenario, and then you come across and you're like, okay, I need to know a little more details of what's going on here. And instead of answering the question, he'll just reiterate what he just said in another way. And then you're like, yes, I know, but I need blank. And then again, he reiterates the same thing he just said in another way. And I'm like...
You know, it sounds like you're on the sequel to the show... The Truman Show. Yeah. It's like, let's just really big prank. Let's see how long we can do this with Steven.
Well, no, it's not just me. It's with everyone from our department.
But so, on another note, Steven, did you hear, or have you heard anything back from your
other than that was
your
close.
application?
I mean, other than I completed the online assessment test, no.
Okay.
I mean, I will say I have not checked my email today, or at least, just say that because it's basically true. So they could have emailed me, but I think at that point, well, actually, did they go? I think they may have emailed at some point, like before. So I need to check my email.
And they probably would have already sent a chopper to pick you up.
More than likely. I mean, I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to try to give all these crazy stuff so people are like, what job is he applying for?
Yeah, and it's like they're having me go through like this training course.
Yeah.
They threw me into a gun range, had multiple targets coming at me. I had to do 3-gun all the way down, switching to shotgun.
I'm also learning how to speak squirrel, which that's really hard.
And that's going to come in useful in this job. You're like, I have no idea what he's doing. Quick.
Jump on the platform. Oh my gosh, it's so stressful. Got a 1-up. But yeah, I understand, but and I'm sure you're doing it, but like pastors said, continue doing your best,
Okay.
All that, and don't burn your bridge, don't leave.
Yeah. And I will say, this is something that I don't need to 1-up. I think it's something that Pastor has said. Pastor, yeah. I guess one of the pastors, but anyway. Like you said, be faithful where you are and whatnot. And I'm not saying I'm not being, but that is one of the reasons why I'm leaving, is because it's actually frustrating and hard to figure out what they want, because no one says anything. And then they yell at you for not doing the right thing, and you're like, no one said it. How am I supposed to know?
Oh. Yeah.
That to me is the most, like, I think I've said, I don't know if I've said this, but one of the I guess I've learned this. One of the most annoying things for me, anyway, is to give me a job and then not tell me anything about how to do it, but then have critiques as to how you thought you should have done it afterwards. Like, and I'm not opposed to like positive feedback or anything like that, because I mean, I'm all for someone even outside of the department coming in and saying, hey, I think we could have done this or whatnot. But there are proper avenues to how that's supposed to function. Like, it shouldn't just be like the janitor goes straight to the person who designed the equipment and says, this is terrible. Like, first off, if you have an opinion, that should go more to like maybe or actually, no, here's a better example. We've had people where like we're designing a system, it's built, and then they're building it in the assembly area. Completely different salesman, has nothing to do with this order at all, comes through and says, this should be here, I need to move that over there. And the person just starts doing that. And then it's like, no one said anything to the person who designed the equipment. And like, who are you to say this is supposed to be there? You know nothing about the equipment. And I'm not saying that you're not an expert in this field, but like, it needs to go through the proper avenues. Like, because all you're doing now is that one time we do the order, you're fixing that one time. Maybe this is wrong.
I'm honestly surprised that the company you work for is still in business somehow.
I am too, honestly, because it's like and partially I think it comes down to, and I said this earlier today to myself, but where am I going?
I think you have to light those, but I'm not sure how.
Fireballs are the only way, but did we see fireballs? I didn't see anything.
No.
What I was gonna say is like I'm pretty convinced that the only people who stay there longer than a year or two are people that just have settled. They're just like, well, this is how it is, and that's it. Because I see that everywhere I look.
Anyone who's been there, by any like jumping?
Well, I can hit them. They can hit me.
Hurt you or something?
I believe so. Yeah, the one time I'm trying to get hit by a meteorite and I can't. No, wait. Meteor.
Darn.
Because
meteorites are smaller?
No, meteorites are the ones that are on the ground. It's a really weird.
What? On the ground. So it's a meteor in the air, and then once it touches the ground, it's a meteorite.
Yes.
That's stupid.
It is kind of
weird. Why in the world did we?
I don't know. But so there's actually 3 stages.
Like, well, if it lands in grass though, it's a meteoritis. If it lands on rock, it's a meteor.
Why did you fall down?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to light those. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words.
Wait. Come here. There we go.
Oh, you're using him. I didn't know he could light stuff.
Yay! Just don't die now.
Nice. Thinking outside the box.
Yeah. So when it's in, it is kind of funny. When it's in space, it's a meteoroid. When it's in the air flying through the atmosphere of a planet, it's a meteorite. That was interesting.
Wonder why. Anybody that's a scientist, you're gonna die. Oh my gosh. Anybody that's a scientist or knows, like, why in the world is it? Why is it called? Why is the same thing? Oh, you're dead.
Quick, get him.
Why is the same thing called 3 different things?
Well, I guess because it's not.
When a fish is in the water, we call it a fish. When it's
When it's
outside of the water, though, it's called a fish. However, if you've caught one and it's on your line, it's called a fish.
Yeah.
But in the times when you're eating it, it's called a fish. Like I don't understand
Why
it's
is there so
called
much destruction?
multiple things. Doesn't make sense. Maybe the scientists are just bored and they're like, you know what?
No. What happened was there was a discussion. The first people what are
Ice,
those?
maybe.
The
Ice
first
things.
people who discovered meteorites, meteoroids, all that stuff, they're like, we should call it a meteorite. And they're like, no. That sounds too like tacky. It should be a meteor. They're like, no. It's got to have like a sciencey name, like meteoroid. And they're like, you know what?
Actually,
we'll compromise.
well, yeah.
When it's in space, we'll call it a meteoroid.
Actually, now that I think about it, though,
Oh,
it is I bet the reason they do it is just for cataloging purposes.
That would be my guess.
Because it is like, oh, it's a meteoroid. Okay, they don't have to ask, did it land anywhere? Did it kill any? Did it like? Well, it's a meteoroid, so it's still in space. So I guess that makes that makes kind of sense.
I'm not doing well.
But still, I think it's just interesting.
Oh,
Wow,
blue fire. Okay.
Okay, yeah, not
Not
ice.
damage boost, apparently.
Guess I should have known
Yeah.
it wouldn't be ice because there hasn't been ice. Well, except for that thing you just
Always winter and never.
yeah.
I don't know where that
Another
goes.
Christmas. Those are such good books. I want to listen to them again. The Focus on the Family radio theater. Mm-hmm. Do you have them like digitalized
I
anywhere?
think I do on my hard drive.
Digitalized?
It's
I wanna-
digimatized.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the correct term. Oh gosh, coined by I was gonna say George Washington.
Yep.
Coined by George Bush. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember he was known for kind of like making up words, which I I definitely can say I
I
probably
don't know
do it time
how
to
much
time.
of that is actually real. I'm trying to think of an instance where he.
I
I don't
yeah.
know. There might have been like I wasn't. Let's see. How old was I when he
Show
was
me.
president? I was still pretty young, so I don't think I was really into.
Oh my gosh,
politics.
you hit the thing. I wasn't ready.
Do you know where you're taking him?
All the way across.
Really? Don't destroy the. Ooh.
How am I supposed to? I think
On
I'm
the other
gonna.
side.
Yeah,
On
I'm
the other
probably
side.
gonna have to.
Go on the
Yeah.
other side.
There was one at each time. There's one here. There's one
Man,
there.
if only you'd known to go on the other side.
What other side?
The side to the right. There's nothing there. See? There's a guy. No,
But he's
I didn't
different.
see him. He would have moved, I promise. Because he's nice like that.
Just go through and just kill all these guys, so I have an idea.
Hopefully they don't spawn. Oh, man. Alright, Bullet Bill, let's try this again. Have you seen, Wow.
Wow.
Quick. Oh. Have you seen, Man on the Moon?
What?
I think it's
No, come on.
I think it's called Man on the Moon. It's about Neil
Okay,
Armstrong.
fine. You know what?
And,
I'll just go over here.
them going, like, landing on the moon and what it took and all that. It's a really good movie.
Wait, landing on the moon?
Yeah.
When did that happen? No, I'm kidding.
You know, like, when the aliens helped us, they gave us the technology so that we could land on the moon.
No, he fell on the thing.
But it's a really good movie. I did buy it on Vudu.
Can't see. Camera.
Camera! Good Lord, camera! You're the worst.
He's the worst cameraman. Oh, man.
And you almost ran into the lava because of him again.
No, so TikTok is a app, whatever.
I'm sure people know what it is.
Yeah.
Can you
But
move
one
the
of the-
camera? No.
No.
Nope. Of course.
But one of the videos, this one guy posted, and then I liked whatever you want to call it, where they dub over it or whatever. But it was I like the guy who did the original anyway. But he was basically saying, like, if you ever see someone who's doing like a crazy was it conspiracy theory? Just hit one with like one that's like 10 times harder. And basically he was saying, he's like, if people say it's like, yeah, the moon landings were fake, and they're like, oh, bro, you believe in the moon, you know, or something like that. No, let's not die now.
Oh yeah, it's a special thing. Oh gosh, what kind of plastic is that? Man, that's really good plastic.
It's
not melting.
Let's see, what's a plastic that I know is really, really high temp? Rulon J, I think is the term, or one
idea
term.
What that is.
Yeah, it's
Sounds like a rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
No. You got this.
Yeah. Let's give it up for Rulon J.
Oh man. Oh man, that's a hole, Steven.
I pushed A.
Why didn't you jump over it?
I pushed A after I was in the hole.
Yeah.
Well, I'm holding it like this, so it's not as
Rulon J wouldn't have made that mistake.
Anyway, then there's
that totally does sound like
there is. It's the J is the different types of, like, I guess it's.
Oh, okay.
There's one that's J. There's one that's K. I think so.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
I need some beats from Rulon.
Well, we got 24 lives. We got plenty of lives.
Like tag Rulon J in this video. So someone is on YouTube searching for like high temp plastics, so they bring this video up. They're like, what?
Yeah, I know. Somebody's gonna search for Rulon J's Vivo channel on YouTube. Like, I can't find him under music category. Where is he? Like, he must be so, I don't know what's the word.
So exclusive?
He's like, he's still under, he's like not even
Just go.
super big yet. Oh, jump. Okay, and go jump. And wait.
I'm waiting for a big one.
I would too. I wouldn't go on a small one. Oh, do we know who's going to?
Oh, come on. Oh, my gosh. He just like, well, it was my fault. I stopped, but.
Do we know who's all coming to Topgolf? Saturday?
I don't know fully. I mean, I never know. What was I never know fully.
You mean?
I really do hope at some point someone else takes over the thing, because I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't like. It's not something. I just started it because it was like, we need a young adult group. And they're like, okay, start it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm not like, I don't hate doing it or anything. I just don't feel like I'm doing a good job because, or not as good as I could, I guess. Because I'm not like thinking of things to post or anything. Like I'm not.
You need to quit your job so you can do full-time young adult. Like, what does it pay?
Nothing.
0?
Yeah.
54. I knew there was another Hungry Luma that we can go feed, possibly, like right outside.
Yeah, actually, I do have enough. He's down one, I think.
I mean, on the thing, it was like right next to it.
Oh,
yep, there he is.
Are you the one that was?
I need 5 billion. Stop it. Please give them to me now. 1,600.
Yeah, 1,600. Do I have that many?
No.
Okay,
oh my
there's one.
gosh, needs so many. Such a fatty. No. And we're dead.
Okay,
and we're dead.
Yay! I made it all the way down. I didn't even make it all the way down.
What were you trying to do? Where are we going?
There's one
another
above, but below the top section. The top head guy.
A hungry one?
Oh, I love that term. So
one that is right now at this moment hungry?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever talked about that? Like the different thing, top head guy?
That's what we used to call bosses.
Well, that's what Joseph used to call bosses.
Well, and
we just like he knows, you know, he's the oldest brother, so he knows.
Yeah, top head guy. That's like the main guy.
That's so funny because it makes sense, perfect sense if you think about it. It's the boss of a level. Okay, he's over there. Yeah, the boss of a level is
oh no, that's a different. Okay.
No, the boss of the level is the. So if you think the head person does make sense to be the boss, right? He's the head of the company or the head of the thing. So he's the head guy. And he's the top one.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it makes sense. The top head guy.
Oh, man, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. But it was funny because I don't know if you or whoever was like talking with one of our friends about that. And we're like, yeah, have you beaten the top head guy? And they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, they're like,
he's like,
what?
The boss? Like, yeah, of course. Anyway.
It's funny. like growing up, yeah, there's things that we just assume everybody else like calls them something like sunscreen.
Pickles?
Sunscreen. No. I always called it suntan lotion. Oh, do you have suntan lotion? Because that's what that's I don't know why we started calling it.
I think that's what Mom called it.
Yeah, and we just were like, oh yeah, suntan lotion. Well, it's two different things. I'd hate to like, oh yeah, I put on plenty of suntan lotion, and I go outside, and I'm like, why did I get burned?
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is per se, but I know suntan lotion helps you tan, or at least I think it's supposed to kind of allow enough sun through to tan. I really don't know. I mean, I'm so pale, I don't even try to.
What is it about redheads that don't tan and burn really easily?
We are closely related to vampires. No.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
No, obviously not. I don't know. It's like, it's just something with, I mean, I definitely have melanin in my skin, but it's not, like if I go out in the sun and I get, slight toasty or whatever, it doesn't get like tan like a quote normal Caucasian person.
Maybe there's an alien that came to Earth and implanted his DNA.
Yeah, what is all this melanin stuff?
And
that's why
redheads are all from this alien, and that's why they burn easily, because they're not from Earth.
Go down,
Move, spring creature, and spin. Thank you, fan. Oh, man. Keep
Such
going.
a nice fan.
Keep going, fan. Thank you, fan. Fanny. Fan. Oh, my God. How in the world is that guy so fast? Is he using the fans, too? You can't do that.
He has a lot more fans than I do.
Why is it all wibbly and it's like you're going through liquid?
Ocean, terrible town. I'm surprised I won. Are we in water?
Weird.
This looks like water.
It does. It totally
Why are we
like
in water? I mean, we're ghosts.
water.
It doesn't matter, but still. Well, as I promised, here's your stupid star.
Yeah.
How
There's
many
a star that I have no use for.
How many stars do we need? Is it 60?
To fight Bowser?
Yeah. Or was it like 80?
I have no idea.
60 does seem kind of low, honestly.
Thought it was like 80 or something ridiculous.
Or was
we
it
can
80,
find out. Let's find out right now.
Or was it 80 bananas that we need to get?
It might have been
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it might have been that for Donkey Kong 64.
Four
Actually,
more?
now that I think about it.
Because that's the number right there, isn't it?
Is it 50?
Does that change?
5 now.
Change it? Yeah. We have
5
way
stars.
more than enough. Like you do the first level, and then it's just like, yeah, you could have just done it right now.
New place opened up in the engine room.
So that's just 5. I think we need 5 more. I think it's 60.
Okay, we only needed 5. Why do we have 55?
Yeah. Why am I doing this?
We only need 5 more. All right, guys, we're getting close to the end of Super Mario Galaxy. That'll be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and be blessed.